So I want to talk about the World Cup. Holland is doing pretty well right now. You guys have you been watching?
Boom.
Have you been watching?
Of course.
You guys are doing well.
We are doing well, yeah.
How far are you going to go?
Well, I don't want to jinx it, and it's really hard to say because there's been so many matches that have gone in another direction that I thought I would go.
Yeah.
And you know, there's so many things that need to come together. You need to have, you know, the right opponent at the right time. You need to have a little bit of luck with everything.
The right referee.
The right referee. Seriously.
For instance,
it's a hard game.
It is.
So far, we got 2 penalties in both matches against us, and neither of them was, you know, right.
No, I don't remember. Did you get scored upon, though, on those penalty kicks?
Spain scored 1-0.
Yeah.
And
Spain.
Yeah. And then...
Sorry.
Yeah, they're gone.
Sorry.
Adios.
Adios. España.
So, and the other one was when one of the Australian guys shot the ball against one of our defenders' hands, but he was running and he wasn't going to the ball. But they don't have review, so they cannot review a decision, which is bullshit. But the FIFA is corrupt, and you know that's the way it is.
Well, that's what I wonder. I mean, because you guys, you know, here in the States, there's some casual fans, and we've been watching, and but. You guys are obviously way more hardcore, and you hear these things about the matches are bought and the guys are paid for. Do you think it's that bad?
I don't think it happens that much on the World Cup. Now and then it happens with some results, and you see it, and you know you never know because it's pretty easy to hide too with soccer. But
I don't think
there's so much money in that game.
You think the refs would be out of the corruption? It would be what, the refs?
I don't think they're corrupt. I think that organization is so conservative. I think they're behind.
Yeah.
And so in 2014, to not have the if a referee makes a mistake, which is so difficult in soccer, there's 22 people running on the field.
Right.
It's going so fast, and it's a big field. And so, you know, when they make mistakes, what happens that they don't use the technology which is available to correct those mistakes.
Sure.
There are so many cameras, you know. Everything that happens, no matter if it's on the other side of the pitch when we're watching, you know, something else, they got a camera on every single player the entire time. So if something happens a couple seconds later, you see it on screen, and you're just like, why don't you do anything about it? But they don't see it, or they are not allowed to take a decision, even off the big screen or whatever. So.
Well, my other favorite thing, though, you know, I grew up playing soccer. I like soccer a lot, but I just love the acting that's going on out there. There are some spectacular flopping. Oh, my nose! Oh, my leg! I mean, it's comical.
Oh, it's ridiculous. That's one of the few things I really hate about soccer. Like I love soccer. I'm a huge fan, but I cannot stand that. I think they should be put in a cage if they do that.
How can they do it and think and take them their own selves seriously? Because some of them are just ridiculous.
But again, it helps because there's one referee. There's one referee that has to make a decision on the spot.
Yeah.
And if he's seeing the move, the action from a bad angle, then he will give the penalty or we give the yellow card. And
or
so
a red
it
card.
works.
You know.
So it pays off. So these guys keep jumping and falling and acting because it pays off.
Yeah.
Great.
Which is sad.
It is.
They should be able to punish him if they watch
overacting.
Watch those. Yeah. Well, like if they do something that just doesn't make sense. Like for instance, if someone does that and you go.
Totally.
Lay down, like it happens. Like there's so much footage of that on the internet.
Yeah,
and it's just really as long as the referees are not able to do something about that, and when they see that on the screen, then it's just gonna keep on happening like that.
It's frustrating.
Well, I think the red card rule sucks.
You do?
Like that's why Americans can't get behind soccer. It's like a guy trips somebody and now his team plays a man down for the rest of the game. I mean, that's putting way too much power in the ref's hands. You know,
I got no problem with that as long as the referee can take a closer look at it when it's disputable. But for the rest, I don't think Americans should talk about soccer.
Kick him in the knees. Kick him in the knees. Pete, kick him in the knees.
See, listen, if you were a flyweight, I would keep talking.
You want to hear a fun statement my manager made?
Yeah.
He said if the U.S. would be really motivated, they would be able to win the World Cup.
Really? Really? Well, Nima, I mean, we had a good game the other day, but let's slow the roll a little bit. Let's slow the roll a little bit.
First of all, he calls the U.S. players unmotivated.
Yeah. Do you think it's Argentina?
Break it down.
Yeah, go ahead. Who do you? Well, because what was it? Portugal was being a red card. The guy from Portugal had a red card the other day, right? Because he kind of went down and sort of headbutted the guy a little bit.
Yeah, but that guy's just stupid.
Well, that is stupid.
He knows the rules, and in the past he has had stuff like that happen too, and it just happens again and again. It's just
But here's the deal, man. You're talking about 90 minutes, though, right? 90 minutes. If you add review, it's going to be even longer. That's the problem with pro football, is that there's so much review.
So the game's
there's not much to review. It's like only with important decisions, when a foul is made, when a goal is scored, when someone is offside, when he's not. It's just those moments. Like, it's maybe at most 5 moments in a game that you take a fast look and that's it. Yeah. And they have injury time.
A team should be able to ask for.
Like one review per half or something, kind of like in football where you get to throw the red flag out and get one review.
It's not going to make it
1 or 3 per match.
Sure.
It's not going to change much, and it's not going to be as boring as American football. So.
Oh my gosh! As boring as American football. Why is that boring to you?
Tell him.
That was Stefan.
Why is that boring?
Like, there is so many stops in the game, and then you see them standing all together again and drinking, and they're discussing what they're gonna do again, and they're like, you throw the ball to him, and you run that way, and you run that way, and you run that way, and you just go sit down there, and that happens a million times in a game, and I just fall asleep when I watch it.
Really?
I'll recognize when someone has got a great run and has got a touchdown. I love that, but it doesn't happen enough. It happens,
But
half the soccer games end in 0-0 ties.
And they're like, great game.
I mean,
we've scored 8 times so far this World Cup, so I don't know who you are.
No, it's funny because I will give you this, Stefan. You legitimately have football. I'll say the name for soccer. It really, truly should be football. That being said, I love me some American football, though. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, the hitting, you should respect the hitting. Jared, did you play football as a kid?
Man, come on.
Yeah. Come on.
Right. He's looking a little angry.
I know he is.
No.
He's going to put the hurt on you later on when you train.
This goes back to the UFC, and you're talking about getting more modern.
Yeah.
I feel like the UFC now is like slap boxing. It's just like ridiculous,
Oh, really?
Whereas I'm an American dude that wants to see collision and hits and just no mercy and just getting after it. That's the kind of fighter that I am, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I like American football.
Sure.
Now, I don't like watching pro football. I like the college ball because it's much faster.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No, you're right. There's less stoppage there.
Out of soccer and football, I like rugby the best.
Rugby is good. Rugby's legit, Stefan.
I like watching rugby, but I just don't like the long stops in American football. That's it. That's just, I'll walk away when it happens. They need to make that faster when something happens. Nobody's interested in hearing a coach talk for 2 hours.
Wow.
That's a good point.
It's legit. He's right. He's not wrong.
They want to see big guys running like 200 miles an hour. That's it. That's what they want to see. Touchdowns. They want to see 20 touchdowns.
There's too many breaks. They should keep running. They should not. If they fall, let them fight for a little bit. And don't stop. And then don't stop for 5 minutes. No. Okay, maybe 5 seconds. Okay, boom, go again.
Get up. I will say this too. Pound for pound, soccer's got way hotter dudes. I mean, I get to see them because they're not all covered up in gear. Do you know what I mean? They're fit. They're running around like crazy. It's pound for pound. They're doing it right out there.
I cannot add anything.
I know.
I'm like, what do you want us to say right now?
I'm just saying, and it's funny.
Have you seen squash?
Have you seen squash?